All right, good morning. It is Saturday, September 6th, 2025, and we are playing the puzzles. New York Times has got us like early morning, hanging out, just feeling good. I woke up this morning and finally, I got to have kind of like a lazy, don't have to get up for anything morning. In fact, my son had a run today. And he was like, you know what, Dad? He woke me up a little bit. He was like, I'll just run over there. Just as a warm up, he's going to go start his run by running. And I was like, are you sure I don't need to drive you over there? And he's like, no, I got this. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I actually went back to sleep. It was great. It was awesome. But, hey, morning, John Marco. How you doing? But I when I did finally get up, a half hour ago, I always brush my teeth because I don't want to like smell, breath in the morning, right? And then I went outside. It's TMI, right? I went out and just sat on my back porch for a minute, setting up this live stream. You have to kind of set up the settings of the live stream. And I was just watching the dog, right? The dog ran around through the backyard a little bit and did his business. And then I was just sort of taking it in. It's that time of year when it's not super, super hot. It's starting to cool down. Fall is in the air. It's still kind of warm, but fall is finally kind of resting upon us. There's a little bit of cloud cover today. It just feels nice. It just feels really, really nice. I do also need to tell you, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I sound a little hoarse. I have a funny story. So right before the football game, right? I broadcast the football game last night, and I've got a couple stories from that too. I'll tell you throughout the stream. But we were assigned to bring something to the potluck. The teachers had a tailgate party before the football game. We love doing that one home game, and it just so happened to be on the night of homecoming this year. And we were asked to bring, just a green salad, and we doctored it up with kind of, little fixins, toppings, and stuff. And I went to go get it out of the fridge, and I got a bottle of ranch dressing out of the fridge, out of the door, and the platform, like the compartment that the dressings go in, as I just pulled it out, the whole thing just like bottomed out and cracked in half. And there was bottles of, mustard and mayonnaise and ranch dressing and ketchup and all just strewn all over. Like, it didn't spill out. There was one that broke open, but all the others were like plastic bottles, so that wasn't that bad. But my immediate gut reaction, it was like a fight or flight reaction, and I let out a primal guttural yell. I don't know what came over me, honestly. It was this moment, like as if a gunshot had caused this shelf to crack and fall out of the, because it didn't just kind of like, the front of it cracked off, the plastic. I guess the plastic of the entire shelf was so brittle and old. It's an older fridge, right? But it cracked in such a way that it like snapped and fell out of its tracks and just kind of splattered all over the ground and shattered. And rather than going, oh my gosh, what just happened? Like, my fight or flight response kicked in, and I let out a like primal yell. And looking back at it, it's hilarious. I'm sure my adrenaline was pumping at the time. But my wife came in. She thought I had been, lost a finger or something. Like, it was a fairly small thing. Only one of the bottles of the many, many bottles that's like, flew all over the ground. There was only one that truly broke. But the shelf itself broke. And I had such a visceral reaction. It was so funny. And from then on, my voice was just shot the whole rest of the night. It was so funny. It wasn't funny at the time because I had to communicate with people, right? And they're like, are you okay? And I had to explain the story a couple times. It was funny. But we had the potluck, and then we went to the football game, and I can't wait to tell you about those stories. So hang tight. Let's play Connections first. All right, in the connections puzzle, we've got divine, wrap, blue, white. Okay, maybe some colors spelled wrong. Split, call, read or red, coral. Okay, coral is also a color. All right, I think I see a pattern here. Forecast, shade, jazz, spirit, burst, Americana, specter, and broke. Okay, so I think I see a second one too. Specter, forecast, divine. Divine is a and spirit maybe. I'm not going to do that because I have one that I'm even more confident on, which is blue, white, coral, and red. These are... No. No, 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 no. I fell into a trap. Gianmarco, were you just waiting for me to fall into a trap? You were, weren't you? Okay, read or red. Americana. Yes, you were just waiting. You didn't say a word. You were like, just you watch. Just you watch. All right, well, that might mean then that some of these, maybe they go to each one of their own categories. One's a yellow, one's a green, one's a blue, one's a purple. Maybe. Maybe I'm totally wrong there. You blew your chance. Something burst. It broke. It split. Torn asunder. Ruptured. There you go. All right. So, how about... What was... White? What does white mean? Is white like a ghost? Spirit, specter, divine, and white? Is that what white means? No, it's one away, so this is probably wrong. Jazz, rap, Americana, and choral music. Okay. Best blank performance Grammy Award. So these are styles of music. Best Americana, right? American music that's super popular. Best choral performance. I didn't know that was an award that they gave out. Best jazz, right? I don't know if you hear best jazz anymore. Maybe just from, oh gosh, what's her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. The jazz musician, the recent jazz musician. She's fantastic. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to think of her name. Shoot. I'll think of it. Should have known for the red herring. It's the placement. Yeah, to put it all in the corner like that, it's like that's too easy, too good to be true. How about to forecast, to read, to divine, and to call something? Yeah, to predict. There we go. To divine. Divine is actually a verb, right? Divination. Remember Professor Trelawney in Harry Potter? She teaches divination class. That's where that comes from. In Portuguese, you'll appreciate this. To guess something, to guess, to predict, right, is to adivinhar. Right? It has divine in it. Adivinhar. Shade, spirit, specter, and white. An apparition. Huh. Oh, look at that. Yep, we fell into the red herring. Each one of one color. They think they're hilarious. Honestly, Gianmarco, you think you're hilarious too, allowing me to fall into that without saying a word. All right, the yellow was ruptured. You blew it. It broke. It burst. It split. It was torn asunder. The purple category next, best blank performance. I just figured these were music genres, right? But Grammy Awards can be given for best Americana, choral music, jazz, and rap. It starts with an L. I remember that. It's coming to me. I keep wanting to say Labubu. Hold on. No. This is not helping. She sings like bossa nova and stuff. Oh my gosh. Who is that young? Laufey. Laufey. That's her. Thank you. Laufey. Leve? Leve? Leve. Interesting. Law sounds like lay. Faye sounds like vey. She's Icelandic. Leve. But she should get all the awards for best jazz performance right now. She's awesome. She sounds really cool. She's got a great voice. To predict in the blue category, to call, to divine, forecast, or read, and an apparition. Right? I think the apparition and the prediction, these are sort of the otherworldly, both of them. Reading tea leaves or listening to specters. Apparition would be shade, specter, spirit, or white. Now, I want to look that up too. White. W-I-G-H-T. A white is a being or thing. The general meaning is shared by cognate terms, Germanic languages, a person of specified kind, especially regarded as unfortunate. A spirit or ghost, other supernatural being. I don't know if I've ever used that term. All right. In the mini, should I tell you a story? Okay, there was a fight at the football game last night, and it made like big news. The kids from the opposing team thought they would be hilarious and come around the track, like from their side to our side. It's very much we stay on our side, you stay on your side, and they never cross. Well, guess what? Last night they crossed. And just one kid thought he would be funny from the opposing team and go into our student section, first off in the band, and started to like, I don't know exactly what he did, but he started messing with the instruments and like taking their stools and stuff. And then one of the kids, he's actually in my class. I don't know if he got in trouble or suspended for it or what. Started kind of like, coercing him back out of our student section. The guy from the opposing side, the opposing school, sucker punched this kid. And then he got absolutely trounced in retaliation, which I think is sad. Kids should never fight, but it was like an instant karma kind of thing. I'm sure it felt really, really good for them. But like to hear that story, I'm like, what did you expect would happen? You go over to the opposing team, you go to the opposite side, and how can you not expect to just get absolutely pounced for even coming over there. Like, if your cousin is over there, you want to say hi. No, he's over there to cause trouble. And he was actively causing trouble. Like, what did you expect would happen, Oh, my gosh. It's just weird that sometimes people are out there looking for a fight. I'm like, what? I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, this kid from the opposing team purposefully came over to our side to cause trouble, and he found it. He found the trouble, and probably regretted it too. So who knows what happened to him? Who knows what happened to the kid on our team too? Maybe that was grounds for suspension or something. I don't know, but he this kid that came over got his comeuppance. Pretty funny. All right, U.S. Prez who served 4 terms. Who served 4 terms? I don't know. I'll come back. Hurry in Shakespearean English. Hurry. Swift. Air. I don't know. Big clues for the mini. Only country to have a musical instrument, the harp, as its national emblem. Is that Ireland? Big name in rum. Is that Captain Morgan? No. We'll come back. She holds the record for most #1 Billboard hits by a female rapper. Boy, I'm really getting quizzed here, and I'm not doing well. Okay. 5? Why is there a number 5 there? What does the 5 mean? I don't know. Big clues for the mini. It was a big mistake. I know, I get it. You're telegraphing things. I just don't understand yet. Ancient time tracking device. Maybe a sundial. That fits. Control Alt Delete. Opposite of south-southwest. I love these because they're so easy. You just take the opposite of each, right? So south-southwest would be north-northeast. Used to be. Maybe was. Maybe. I don't know. All right, let's do the down one, see if it comes out. A small lie is a fib. How about a fib? Whom Count Von Count of Sesame is a parody of. Oh, Dracula. That's funny. Oh, is it FDR? Maybe the U.S. president that served 4 terms was FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Takes back as a testimony. Recants. 1920s U.S. president. Warren G. Harding. Home to the WNBA's Fever. The Orlando Fever. They are collectively the Fever. What do you call each individual player, though? You know what I mean? Like the Avalanche or the, these like collective names. What is an individual player's title? I don't know. Weed gummies. Edible. Edibled. Weed gummies. Edibles. Maybe this one is not correct then. This is correct. Hold on. Bacardi is the big name in rum. I thought I had that one. Cooking grease. Oh, gross. Lard. Also, ew, gross. Cardi B. #1 Billboard hits. 5. Oh, because she had 5. She has 5 #1 Billboard hits. Okay. It's also very controversial. Edibles. Oh, Jupiter or Saturn are made of gas. Oh my gosh. I thought it was like... I thought it was an S, meaning it's plural. I'm like, what are GAs? I don't get it. Of course you don't get it. Because you just woke up a half hour ago. Oh, boy. All right. U.S. Prez, who served 4 terms. Prez is like an abbreviation, so our answer is an abbreviation. FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And I believe it was after him they set up term limits. So you can only do, I think, 2 terms, right? Hurry, in Shakespearean English. High. I think I've heard that word before. High. Only country to have a musical instrument, the harp, as its national emblem. That's Ireland. Big name in rum, Bacardi. Oh, that's funny. Bacardi and Cardi B. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. Cardi B. Bacardi. She holds the record for most #1 Billboard hits by a female rapper. That's 5. Cardi B. I don't know if I've listened to a single song of hers from start to finish. It's not my style, right? It's just not my thing. Ancient time tracking device, a sundial. Some people still have a sundial, like in a garden or something. To reset your computer or to like get out of a frozen space, you'd go Control-Alt-Delete. On a Mac, you go Command-Shift-Escape. Isn't that it? Or is it Option-Shift-Escape? I think it's Command-Shift-Escape. Or is it Command-Option-Escape? Oh boy, now I don't remember. Everyone knows Control-Alt-Delete though. Opposite of south-southwest, north-northeast. Used to be, was. Jupiter or Saturn are primarily made of gas. I thought they were talking about like the gods. So I said God. No, that's not it. They're made of gas. Small lie is a fib. Whom Count Von Count, the Count, is parodied after is Dracula. Count Dracula. Takes back as testimony. Recants. Recants his testimony. 1920s U.S. President, Warren G. Harding. Home to the WNBA's Fever, Indiana Fever. Weed gummies or edibles. Cooking grease, lard. And then observed, saw. Okay, well, I take that. So wait, why did you say it was big? Big clues for the mini. Just that it's a big mini crossword? Was that what you were telegraphing to me? I don't know. I have no answer. Let's see. We'll play Pips this morning. Start with the easy one. And 9. 9 might be a 4. No, it can't be a 4. So maybe it's a 6 and a 3. Um, 5 and 5. Oh, that is overlapping. Okay, so that can't be there. So this is maybe here. This one adds up to 9, so that would be 4 and 5, which can't happen. Let's maybe start up at the top. Hold on, maybe we're off on the wrong foot here. 6 and 6. Oh, that adds to 6. I see what you mean. 6. And then we need 2 that add up. It can't be 6 and 4. There is no 4. Maybe it's the 2? Because if that's a 0, that's got to be this. That's got to be this. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. We went a little square brain in the middle there, but it worked. Medium. Got to be less than 3. Couple that are equal to each other. Maybe that one is the 3, and then this is another 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'd have to put the 5 there. And then another that's equal has got to go here. Okay. Oh, 20 seconds. Wow. Still no cookie? How fast are you supposed to do it to get a cookie? My goodness. They keep saying, oh, do it fast enough, you'll get a cookie. All right, 20 seconds for a medium puzzle? That's pretty good. Why is that not good enough? I don't know. Do any people earn cookies? Here, hold on. Before we proceed, earn cookie in pips. To earn a cookie in pips, you must solve the puzzle on the 3 difficulty levels in under the set time limit for that difficulty. Cookies are shown when you share your results after completing the puzzle, not on the congratulatory page. Oh, you have to share your results. Oh. Okay, meet the time limit. Finish the puzzle within the specified time limit for the difficulty. What is that? Does it say? It doesn't expressly say, hey, solve this in 20 seconds. And then share your results. After completing the puzzle, tap share your results to see if you earn the cookie for your performance. Oh my gosh. That's too many steps, brother. I'm not doing that. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. It seems like a shameless way to, like, self-promote. I don't know. Maybe that's why they do it, you know. All right, let's see the hard puzzle. Couple that equal 11. That's got to be a 6 and a 5. There's a lot of 6s, a lot of 5s. But what if it doesn't go that direction? Let's go with something we obviously know, like a 2. There's only 2 2s. What if, like, 15 goes there? Oh, this could go here to make the 15. Okay, blank and 1 to make 1. Well, that. Oh, that's got to be a 3, though. Oh, crumbs. There's no way. This has got to be 6 and 6. So 6. Then that's got to go there, I guess. 4. This adds up to 12, and that's got to be a 4. So this has got to go here. And then 3, 3, 3. So this has got to equal 11. That's probably a 5 and a 6. 3, 3, 3. 6 goes here. 5 could go here to make 11. And then that one can't be equal to anything else. Goes there. Nice. I finished the hard puzzle. Okay, should we try sharing the results? What do you mean copied to clipboard? Copied results to clipboard. And then do we just like... I don't get it. Hang on. That was more lackluster than I thought it was going to be. So, admire the puzzle, share your results, copy to clipboard, and then paste. Oh, I got a cookie. Oh, look at that. I did get a cookie. Look at the... Here, what's the best way to show that? Do I open, like... I don't know, notes or texts? That's a very roundabout way to do this. Let's see where it pops up. How about a new document? Let me make it nice and big so you can see it. And then I go paste, and it says, great job, number 20. And I did it in 20 seconds. Nice and big. No, bigger. More. There we go. So, medium pip solved in 20 seconds. So it is possible. You just don't see it on the results page. That is not very apparent. Admire puzzle, share your results. And then if I Alt-Tab over here and then hit paste, I didn't get the cookie. I bet you yesterday I got the cookie because I did it in like 18 seconds. But you're telling me I have to paste my results somewhere else? I don't know. It says share your results. You expect like some other page to pop up or something. No, I don't need to save that. Okay, no offense to the creators of Pips, but the way to see if you earned the cookie or not is to share your results, and to share your results is to copy just a couple words to your clipboard so that what? So that you can like put it on Twitter or Instagram? I'm confused as to what that even means. Copied to clipboard. I don't know. If you do it on mobile, does it look different? Am I missing out? Should I be like copying it to mobile or something? I don't know. Just like a little text box doesn't really do it for me. I don't know. That's funny. Okay. They were all pretty straightforward. Just I got a little square brained in the morning with the easy one. 9 had to be the 6 and the 3. 5 and 5 to make 10. 0 had to go here. The other 0 could have gone here too. So, and then the tricky one, I put the 0 and 5, but I needed the 5 over here. So instead we did the 3 and 3, and then the 2 over here. So, oh, I forgot. We should do all the difficulties. Do you like it when I recap them? Let me know in the comments or the chat if you like when I recap the puzzles. If you're like, no, you're wasting my time, just play more puzzles. Let me know that. But if you are like, oh yeah, I love it when you recap the answers, tell me that. So we did earn the cookie today. For the medium puzzle, we got 2 and 2, 3 and 3. 9 was 5 and 4 together. Less than. Remember, left. The arrow points left. Less than. I'm actually proud of myself for remembering that. The next one I feel like I want to tackle is the slash above the enter key. I always remember, is that a forward slash or a backslash? I literally forget every single time. So, if you could tell me the one that's pointing, like the top is to the left, the bottom is to the right. Is that a forward slash or a backslash? I don't know. Maybe that's the next dyslexic thing that I'll overcome. Here. Let's overcome it right now. Okay? I'm going to search for it. Enter. Okay. The one above the return key, remember, is top to the left, bottom to the right. What is this slash called? No. That's the opposite one. Is it forward slash or backslash? There are two types of slashes. Backslash, which is not even printed there. It's not even on there. Both are used for computer coding. Only the forward slash is used in writing. Okay, that doesn't help me. No, it's searching for all of the wrong ones. Okay, here's how to remember it. If you're walking to the right and someone's falling backwards, walking to the right, they're falling backwards. So their head is going to the left. Or a forward slash. Oh, that's a funny picture. Backslash to the left, forward slash to the right. My whole life, my entire life is full of mnemonic devices like that to remember things. I don't know. In some ways, I'm very smart. In some ways, I am absolutely smooth-brained. You ever seen those pictures of like someone's brain, but it's not, it's like a chicken breast, you know, like when I deal with numbers, I just feel like chicken breast brain. It's like smooth, no bumps, no ridges. I don't know. All right. Yeah, and then 15 had to be 5, 5, and 5. And the one connected to the 4. 12, is 6 and 6. 3, 3, 3. 11 had to be 6 and 5. There were a couple of had to be's, some that just had to fall into place just in the right way. All right. Oh, I did just wake up. Sorry, guys. All right, we are still playing hard mode. We're still playing Wordle hard mode. There it is, hard mode. We started with, I think, wasn't it Write? W-R-I-T-E, and it literally had an R-I and a T. I forget what the word was, though. I remember the opening orientation. I was so proud of myself. Okay. What should we start with today? About fried. A little bit of help. We got an E. So from now on, we have to use the E somewhere. What about plate? Plate. All right. Oh, nice. So we found out where the E goes. Unless there's a second E. And there's an L. Trying to think of what to do next. There's an L. We got to use the L somewhere. Could start with L. Louse. I mean, that is a word. Is it a smart word? It would tell us the vowels. That maybe could be helpful. Let's try it. Okay, there's a U. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, it does not start with an L. It could be consonant, consonant. U-E. Ooh, boy. Could be, I guess. Maybe. Maybe not. Or it could go consonant U, consonant, consonant E. And the L doesn't go there, so actually we know a little bit more than that. It could go L, consonant E. Or it could go something L-E. Like bugle. Wait a minute. Bugle. Right? We haven't guessed a B. U could go there. G we haven't guessed yet. L could go there. E's at the end. Yes. Oh, no. Oh, wait. What? Okay. Okay. Hold on. That is a word. Bulge. I got so excited. I saw the B. I was like, oh my gosh, it's bugle. Bulge. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. If you eat lots of fried foods, you might get a bulge. I'm going to take a photo of that. That's pretty funny. Bulge, bugle. Bugle bulge. Oh, gosh. Fried gave us the E. Plate. I had to keep using the E. So plate gave us the L. And then louse gave us the U. It's like we're gaining each time. And then I tried, oh my gosh, what if it's bugle? And I typed in bugle. And I saw the green when it turned green on the B. I started getting super excited. And then it was pretty dang close. The G and the L needed to get reversed. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Well, that'll do it. That's funny. Okay, Strands. Let's play Strands. In stitches. So if you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search. You're seeing, words hidden here. They don't just go up and down, left and right. They snake around in all different directions. Told you it was big. A bulge. A big bulge. Is that what you're telegraphing to me? I see book. I see books. Book set. In stitches. Like, are these different types of... like knitting or like, you know what I mean? Blanket. Okay. These are things you might stitch, maybe? A stitched blanket. Boots? No boots. Okay. A sweater. I still don't know why knit is there. Boots stink. I don't know. Prong. I'm finding lots of words, but they're not the words they're looking for. In stitches. These are things that can be like sewn, stitching. I don't even see a W for sew. In stitches. What else do you stitch? Socks? Okay, socks. Bodice, but spelled wrong. How about mittens? Oh, booties. It is boot. It's just the wrong thing. Booties. Shawn Mendes song, yeah, In Stitches. So, oh my gosh, 5 out of 6. So this whole thing. What? Help me out here. It's the spangram. I just don't see it. There's 3 T's here. Knit. I see project. It's in 2 concise rows like this, too. I'm confuzzled here. Do we use a hint? We're almost done. Knitten. I see the word project, but it leaves all these orphaned letters. Yeah, I know. Help me out. What is the spangram? I see knit. All of this is one thing, but I don't see what thing. And the KN is in a corner, so it either ends with, right, like an INK, maybe? There's 3 T's here guarding that, and 4 consonants. Honestly, I'm... Okay, anybody done the spangram today? This is... I honestly feel stuck in a corner. I feel stuck in a corner. I never thought I'd have to do this. I literally am stuck in a corner. Oh, and it crosses. It crosses. It hardly ever crosses, but sometimes it does. I saw the word project. I did, but then it would leave a bunch of them open. That was embarrassing. In stitches, look at how it crosses like that. Now, in the rules, I've read the rules before. It says it can cross. Usually it doesn't. 99.999% does not cross. This one just so happened to cross. All right, maybe I'll keep that in mind. I mean, it was very niche, right? They're trying to show, oh, it's stitched, right, back and forth, so it's, crossed like this. Typically, it doesn't cross, but today, man. I even saw the word. I saw knit, and I saw the word project. How did I not put that together? I don't know. All right. That was just me with my square brain. Square brain in the morning. All right. Solving in 5. We got WVTFORDLEGI and A. Okay. There's no N for like woven. Pretty standard letters. V is a little tricky, but that's okay. Again, I need an N for that. Govern. I thought like covert or... Validate. That's a great word. Validate. I was thinking T words. Why was I thinking T words? Well, validate ends with an E. How about ergo? Owl. Here's one. Loaf. There we go. Loaf. Okay, we did it in 4. We had to do it in 5. We did it in 4. 1 under par today. Validate. And then the E led to ergo. Therefore, the O led to owl. And the L for loaf. Loafers. Cool. Yesterday's puzzle was solved with hashtag and glamorize. We solved it with hazmats, mortgage, siege, elite. Some crazy words. That's funny. Cool. All right. Well, we're to the halfway point. More than halfway. I say the halfway point, but really it's not. It's more than that. If you like what you see, give it a like. Give the video a like. Consider subscribing because we do this every day, and you get to see my beautiful mug come up into your feed every day. And yeah. Anyway, let's recap. Let's see what we've got. In the connections puzzle today, we did ruptured for the yellow category. That was blue, broke, burst, and split. The purple category we saw next. Best blank performance is a Grammy Award. Best Americana, choral music, jazz, and rap. I'd love to see more jazz come out. We were just looking at, let me see if I can pronounce it again. Lave. 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 Is a newer, I mean, she's, still creating stuff today, but she sings jazz and bossa nova, and she's like very popular with the new generation. It's very cool. Predict, to call, to divine, to forecast, or to read. Reading tea leaves. Speaking of Professor Trelawney, right? And then the green category for last was apparition, a shade, a specter, a spirit, or a white. U.S. president who served 4 terms, FDR. Hurry in Shakespeare, hi. Only country to have a musical instrument, the harp, as its national emblem. That's the Ireland. Big name in rum, Bacardi. She holds the record for most number 1 Billboard hits by a female rapper in 5 of them, top hits. Cardi B. Ancient time tracking device, the sundial. Control Alt Delete. 13 across was the opposite of south-southwest. That's easy. You just flip them, right? North-northeast. Used to be, was. Jupiter or Saturn, primarily made of gas. They're gas planets. Small lie, a fib. Whom Count Von Count of Sesame Street is a parody of. Count Von Dracula. Takes back as a testimony, recants. 1920 U.S. President, Warren G. Harding. Home of the WNBA's Fever, Indiana Fever. Weed gummies are called edibles. It's funny. Weed gummies. Cooking grease, lard. And then observed, saw. We'll just go through the pips real quick. We'll do them in reverse order. How about that? We did earn the cookie for the medium cross or the medium pips, but the way you have to see whether you got the cookie or not is so convoluted. I kind of hate it. It's not intuitive. You have to play the puzzle and then view your results and then share your results which really just means copied results to clipboard. And then you have to like open up maybe a tab or a browser or something, open it up. I think I closed it, but then paste it into the document to see if you want it or share it with friends, whatever. It's funny. I don't know. I thought share your results would just like post it to the New York Times app or something. I don't know. It's not intuitive. Medium, we did earn the cookie. We went and pasted it, and sure enough, we did. Let's see. So 4 and 5 equaled 9. 3 and 3 was equal. 2 and 2 was equal. One of them had to be less than 1. So pretty standard puzzle there. And then easy. For some reason, we had total square brain today and solved it in a minute and 9 seconds. I don't know. Like I said before, it's not my strong suit to do any kind of math. Numbers are sort of beyond me. Let's see. 0 had to go there, but not the 0 and 5. It had to be the 0 and 2 because 5 had its own place, and then 9 was 6 and 3. Cool. We started with the word fried in the Wordle, and then that led us to plate. And plate to louse. I'm using hard mode, so I had to use the E. I had to use the L. I had to use the G. And I thought, oh, it's bugle. And I got so excited. I saw the B come up, and I went, yes, we got it. No, we didn't. It was bulge. We had to flip the G and the L, so bulge instead of bugle. That's pretty funny. Okay, and I feel ashamed of myself for the strands, because it should have been super easy, and it wasn't. Knitting project, and you see it crosses, like, knitting. I don't know why it wasn't that apparent. I sat there and stared at it forever. How about a blanket, a sweater, booties, mittens, or socks? And then for letterboxed, validate. And then the E led to ergo, therefore. And then the O led to owl, and the L led to loaf. In all that time, we hadn't used an F, so we used the F there. Cool. All right. Well, if you guys liked what was seen here today, I do it every day, so like this video and consider subscribing. Let me know if you like the recaps that I do. If you'd rather I just do the puzzles and end early, tell me that, right? If you'd rather I don't play the pips, if you'd rather I don't even recap the pips or something, I don't know, tell me. Tell me what's going on. If you would like to see these things happen in my live stream, I'm willing to adapt. I'm willing to change. I love the puzzles that I play, so if you say, well, I don't like that you play mini crossword, that would kind of break my heart a little bit. I'm definitely keeping the mini crossword. But John Marco was a little surprised that I play pips every day. If you like pips, awesome, throw it in there. I play it third there. But yeah, if you would love to see something different in my in my stream, let me know, because I'm always adaptable. But we're right to the 1 hour mark, which is awesome. So yeah, if you like what you see, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.